Hello guys, this is Segef with Frontlinetactic, and today I'm going to be showing you off Path of Exile. I do have to thank Dodger for reminding me of this game. I baited it like a year and a half ago, and I completely lost track of it. She recently did a video on it and reminded me of it, and I was like, oh crap, it's out finally. It is free to play. It is a dungeon crawler-esque adventure game, very reminiscent of, say, Torchlight and Diablo. And as you can see, the controls are very much similar. And some of you may even recognize the inventory. Looks very much like it as well. Let's see if we can... Inventory management, skills go. Crap. And so, yeah. So the similarities of Diablo, the controls, are literally almost identical. What else do I want to show off? Oh, the gem skill. So this is one of the things that really makes it different is normally in Diablo you pick a class and that is the class skills that you get, especially with Diablo 3 where each person only got, say, a set basis of those skills. So, like, if you chose the Barbarian, you got Barbarian skills. If you chose the Demon Hunter, you got Demon Hunter skills, yada yada. In this, based off of what stats you have, or mitigate, determines what skills you have. So, like, right here, I have enough intellect to have Raised Zombie. And so what you do is you get these gems to drop. And you get one or two from some quests that you do, but I think majority of my gems I've actually found from drops. And so what you can do is every item has a corresponding gem color slot. So red for strength-based skills, blue for intellect-based skills, and green for dexterity-based skills. So this is kind of your archer, rogue, mage, kind of necromancer skills, and then, like, well, your warrior skills, barbarian. And there's about 6 different classes. And there's been actually added a few classes since I originally baited this game like a year and a half ago. So they added, what was it? The Assassin and the Ranger, I think, are the 2 that they added. So, there you go. And the items, so like, right here, this is supposed to be primarily a kind of a hybrid, kind of your roguish or your dexterity focused and your mana focused gear, but everyone can wear it based off of the stats, and this will change your, so this one gives higher evasion and energy shield, which energy shield gives that blue sheen on your HP bar, which is kind of like a damage absorb or like priest bubble basically, and it regenerates at a very fast rate. Health does not regenerate, and mana regenerates at a very slow rate, which makes these potions so valuable. Now, before I get into potions, let's identify that. So instead of scrolls of intellect or scrolls of identify, you have scrolls of wisdom, which gets you to identify items. So all items, even if they have, say, these armor or these gem slots or certain items are designed for certain classes, they aren't hindered to certain classes. So kind of like what Diablo 1 did and kind of Diablo 2 did as well, is that there are certain items that if you meet the requirements for the intellect and the strength or dexterity or yada yada, that you are able to wield them. Hence why I'm able to cast Raised Zombie with a obviously very tanky build character that I'm going short and board. The idea with this is that I can basically just fall into a group, have these guys help mitigate these guys I'm designing as my damage mitigator. By having minions to split up the attacks, I am going to be taking less damage, which then in return allows me to be more tanky, because as I kill more targets, I can continue to raise more zombies. So that's my plan of, or how I roll in minions in on being a tank-based class. So here's your map. So this is what's been released so far. I don't know how far the map goes because I've only gotten this far. I am to get to these 2 other locations, 2 further quests, which I haven't gotten them. So these are the 2 quests I'm working on, is to break in some eggs and dirty job. Much like Diablo, like previous Diablos, the map changes based on it keeps a relative similar shape per every time you play, but every time you log in and play, it will make you a new map. And so you don't know where you're going all the time. You have to search around, which I always liked that, and increases the whole dungeon crawl feel to it. Oh, energy drink tastes like cough syrup. Now, here's one of the big differences from Diablo, which is just absolutely dwarfing. Here we go. These are your passive skills. So you start here, and then you just branch out. Like I said, I'm going more of a tanky build, because this is Gortar. This is what he is. Or you can go more offensive. But if you want to, you can go offensive and then loop it around and bring it back to the offensive. Or if you're going offensive, you can loop it around and start getting to some of the defensive stuff and then dip back out, vice versa. It's very open. Now this may tweak out the game a little bit, but I'm going to start scrolling out so to absolutely show you all the different paths and the directions that you can go in. I guess that's as much as it'll zoom out. But as these hubs right here, each one of those hubs is a different class in the directions that they can go in. I want to know who gets that one. Don't even know who gets that hub. Maybe they don't get a hub. Oh, those are the 6 classes, I believe. Alright, so that isn't a hub. That's just where they all kind of like... okay, I see. Health, melee damage. Okay, that's where it just kind of like yin-yangs into each other. But yeah, these are all like huge options. And some of these skills, so like this one, converts all energy shield to mana. Or they give you kind of almost like trigger bonuses, not just passives. 30% more spell damage when on low health. So, kind of gives you an idea of what directions you want to go in. Pop out of this. Because this is free to play, it does have a microtransaction thing. Haven't really done into this, but apparently there's animations, there's alternate skins, there's guild access, daily deals, bonus account features, passive pets, and items, it looks like. Which I don't even know how to access the animations. So apparently these are things that I've been able to claim. But that's how they're going to make their money for bonus content, things like that. From what I understand, they are going to be doing more of kind of like competition things and the such for speed runs. Actually, me being full up on inventory, that is a great chance to show you the economy in this game. The economy in this game is really different. Pop a portal scroll versus scroll of town portal. So, continue the setting or the similarities to Diablo. So, the setting of this game is you're a prisoner that's been convicted of a crime or misunderstanding or whatever it may be. You are cast out of normal civilization and you're put on this island. I forget the name of the island, but that's what they call exile. And you are basically trying to survive, and each character has their own reasonings for surviving. Some of them it's just because it's like, listen, I'm not gonna roll over just because you tell me to. So as I put items on here, these items change. This is the currency, and some of these things will alter items, or are like your town portal, or your identify scrolls, or your scrolls of wisdom. And so as you contribute, it turns into those things. So if you get 5 of these pages, see, 4 pages. If you get 5 pages, you get a full wisdom scroll, and if you get 20 of these, you get an orb of alteration, which can change your stuff up. Hit accept, and then because I'm weird, I organize all my things like that. And so some of the things that you can do is you can improve the quality of the armor, you can create a random effect, you can upgrade a normal item to a rare item. So if you find a white item that has, like this one right here, the rotted round shield. So if this item, if you really like the double blue, you can use a orb of alchemy to, boom, make it magical, and you get one or 2 magical properties. Now if you want another magical property, you can add with the orb of augmentation, add an additional magical property. Or if you just don't like any of what you've got, boom, orb of alteration will change the random properties of the magical item. So this allows you to just try to customize your gear or randomize it more. So even though you got an item, you can change it up a little bit. Now, because the setting is so dark that literally the game starts with you finding a guy that is barely almost drowned to death on the beach, and then you go to help him, and a zombie rolls over and bites his throat out. Like, that's the intro to the game. And so there's the scenery of this game is just, it brought it back to the darkness and how dark it is, and that there's not a lot of flash, and skills aren't as flashy as they have been in, say, Diablo 3, where they've made it very flashy. In this, they've kind of, you still get a little bit of particle and graphics, but it's not, to me, doesn't feel over the top. Like, that one's probably like one of my most graphic skills there, is my Earth Slam. Even my charge doesn't have much graphics other than when I actually hit with the shield. And same with my heavy strike. It's the only the initial, the kapow hit does it actually show off any real graphics. And I kind of like the minimalist graphics. It makes you so that if you do get higher powerful skills, it really shows off the graphics that you actually feel powerful. Not this, oh, at level 2 I have Flame Strike and it just looks awesome, which then you have for the rest of your character's life, and it changes nothing to the actual fidelity of the character. Your character always looks the same level of power, and it cheapens the progression feel. To me, anyways, that's how I feel. So the feel of this game, it's great. The controls are good. Because it is server linked, there are occasionally some lag spikes, but I've never had a lag spike so bad that I've died. And I am looking a little bit more awesome than normal because I am in a lower level area than, I've already passed all this stuff, but I wanted to be able to show you some stuff without being too horribly distracted with what's happening. As well as, no, I've already gone through here. So yeah, this is my look on Path of Exile. I actually like it. I occasionally play it just for some dungeon crawler nostalgia, and the unique feel and the leveling of the gems. Like, I want to know what all gems are out there and seeing what I can do, and the different gear where you can balance between armor rating versus armor rating versus evasion versus like magic shielding, it kind of really changes up the feel. So yeah, if you have any questions, give me a holler. You know how to reach me. I will put the contact info down bottom, as well as give this a try, guys. It's kind of it's different, but yet familiar, and it's fun and it's quirky, just for the sheer fact that it's different. They took a different approach to it, and I love that. A lot of people are gonna hate that. Oh, they stole Diablo. What they did was they took Diablo and they made it better, and they gave it a very unique twist. And I know this is twice now that I've kind of nitpicked Blizzard games. I only do it because I love Blizzard, and I know they can do better, and they've done awesome in the past. So that games like this, Path of Exile, does need to exist. People need to do this. Otherwise, no one's going to get better. Competition breeds innovation. Alright, guys. Go check it out on Steam. It's free to play. Have fun. And go survive on an island. Alright. Bye, guys.